Your thoughts produce your results. So every single thought that moves through our mind is actually participating in the process of manifestation. This is the wild notion that everything you see, everything you experience, every result that you have in your life is a product of the thoughts that you're feeding yourself. So I actually only encourage you to watch this video if you are someone who is up to something. Because if you're not up to something in this world, if you don't have a calling that's greater than yourself, this distinction is a hard pill to swallow. So if you're going to continue along with me, I'm going to take you on a little bit of a story. As a young girl, I used to daydream about living in the jungle, living in a paradise, living in a world where we didn't have to use money anymore to exchange, where there weren't walls between everybody's property, where this wasn't yours and this wasn't mine, but actually we shared in communion, in community with each other. Fast forward about 20 years, and here I am living in it in the middle of the jungle. That sounds amazing, right? However, at a certain point, I also looked around in my environment, in my reality, and I saw that people were not happy. I made up a reason, I made up a story. My thoughts created a scenario where people weren't happy because they had money. People weren't happy because people actually were lying to each other, because people were caging themselves into little boxes, which as a child, I didn't really understand that I was linking this reality and these thoughts together. But what was happening is I would see something I didn't like and I would create a thought about it. For example, my dad would go to work every day. I didn't like that. And so I had a thought that said, going to work is bad. People shouldn't need to leave their families to work money. And that thought got repeated over and over and over until a belief system formed, one that kept me trapped inside a cage of, I can't actually make any money because money is bad, a cage of, there's somewhere else to get, and where I am is wrong. And as I started taking steps towards I started taking steps, and I take steps based upon the feelings that I had. I had feelings of unworthiness. I had feelings of sadness. I had feelings of dissatisfaction. I grew up in a wealthy environment, in the world's version of perfection, with family vacations and second homes. Yet something inside of me was missing. And the thoughts that I had said, I have to fix this. Fast forward 20 years, and I'm living in jungle paradise and yet completely broken down inside, completely upside down, backwards, no idea which way to turn. My thoughts produced a reality because I took actions based on the feelings of fear, the feelings of this isn't good enough, the feeling that I had something to fix here. And there's really good news at the end of this tunnel, because my greatest curse is that I get everything that I want. But my greatest gift is that I get everything that I want. So it's time for me to want different things. I am making the conscious choice to stop, redirect, and align my will with thy will, with the will of God. I ask God, give me your thoughts, give me higher thoughts than these, God. And I'm ready to watch my results change.